Every day until I get out of this country, I'm going to literally post because I have to do so live. I can't do shorts. I can't do um, any pre-recorded aspect. It's getting rejected with code injections. I don't want to call out anything that I have to have learned in this country. If there is a God, not sure that there is, or if there's any person that has decency, you would help me get out of this country. I'm not going to describe what I've been describing for the past year and a half that I've made it public record. This has been going on for 8 years, but the most severe of slavery that I have been aspected into, I've lost my, and it's more, I'm making very much short of it. Please relegate to go into just so that you can get a piece of glimpse of what's going on, especially since this last administration has taken office. It's become more criminal in this state than ever before. I mean, I've been stalked to death, I've been terrorized before now, but at least I was able to at least make money to feed myself. Now I'm standing in soup kitchen lines. I'm literally, I would be on living on outside on the concrete. Every part of my dignity has been stripped. I'm treated like some sort of common trash person, and I've made more money than the entire building that I'm in that's been stolen from me. I do not respect this government. Every aspect, and I've just to tell to you yesterday, I can't get a job. I can't get every I'm being blacklisted across the board. Every aspect through cyber stalking and connections within multi-tiered places that are in the industries that I'm aspected to DPS, you're going to be bribed as well. Every part is enacting corporate espionage. I cannot work. I cannot earn money. I'm being told with the most defiant of aspects that I will not work in this state, that I will not be able to earn money. I've literally been fed 2 pieces of slight meat. I'm being starved to death. I've called the White House. I've let them know about this. I've emailed the White House. I've emailed the FBI. I've told the FBI if it's went there through Trace Hop, if and it's not been diverted, nothing has happened. I've relegated to most the OIG, FTC, FCC. I've done the CIA even, even they, though they are aspected for foreign instances, using spy intelligence instruments is an aspect of using a foreign counterintelligence against the civilian population, whether it be Pegasus or any other aspect of Predator. And there's not been an aspect that's been done. I feel so literally stupid for going along, and I think I've had to learn what's going on with myself throughout this time just so that I'm not driven into complete craziness. I do not respect the government. And all this, oh, people work for the government, that is not a compliment. These either they're highly ignorant, they're highly unintelligent, but they have the intelligence department, or they're the most extreme of criminals ever known to man. But I guess all the examples of the rest of the world and the Eastern persons long ago in centuries past calling it the Western barbarians. I see people that are not as smart as myself. I see people that are not as qualified and they get the world. How in the hell can that be? And I don't mean to take anything out of anybody's mouth, but I know that I am not observably stupid or incoherent to comprehend that that does not make sense. People, and you have the rights, let me tell you, very much so, you have the right to do anything that you want to do sexually, and that's how you make your money. Because I understand for sure that most people are being coerced into doing deviant behaviors, such as salacious enactments of which they would not have had to do outside of being coerced and taken by barbarism through plundering aspects of their lives to functionally run and live. I'm going to I have to do this I don't want to be YouTube famous. I don't even want to be talking on YouTube, any other platform for that matter. I'm surviving and trying to get through cancer. I don't have time to try to be playing delusionality games of being famous or seeking attention or something. I'm far too grown to want to do those things, and there's nothing wrong with anyone else who wants to do those. You all have lives. You have the aspect to be happy. You have families. You have friends. You have all of these things. Things I don't have. Things I don't need because I'm relegated to having the peace of health that I do and try to continue this until I can retire. I'm not sad about anything. I don't feel sorry. I very much want to leave the United States. All of my money's been taken. I'm being forced and blacklisted not to work and get a job so that because the first thing I'm going to do is leave. I will never support another celebrity in my life because all of you people tonight, we know what technologies that you have, such as holosonics and everything else that insist upon your spying measures, even PRISM and other things that the government and everything else spies upon. You're not, and these are the technologies that I just called out. And you people sit on, you go to those stages and you literally have it's a retarded aspect of people screaming and hollering for you, and you cannot do anything with your platforms. There's no bravery. There's no Harriet Tubmans. There's no Sojourner Truths about anybody that's reporting anything. They're not even real news stories. There's really not that much crime. This is created by big business and other people that are the most criminally aspected that I've ever insisted in my life. I did not know so many criminals work within corporate structures in the government. I understand embezzlement and all those things, the things that they try to get at the Mexican population for their motive usually is just money. The United States is enslaving people and using its own constitution as a weapon against us so that if you whistleblow or if you say anything contrary to it, your life becomes a living hell. I've been terrorized and tortured, and I'm not using these words as personification. No, I'm being tortured and starved to death. Whoever Huggy Gaming is, yeah, I see you. I have to continue to do this until I get, and all these people across the world. If you are, I understand that we're stuck in this fishbowl in the United States. I'm not gonna kiss. I know what it is to ask doctors how long do I have to live. I know what it is to have a gun to my head and be robbed of thousands and thousands of dollars. So I don't care about dying, but I'm not going to live like this. I literally am so shell shocked by the American culture. I don't want to be here. You people have the nerve to then throw fireworks and do all this craziness that you're going to be doing on the 4th of July, while there are people in concentration camps like myself that are run by the states and it's bribed enactments. I expect to be retaliated against. I continue to be retaliated against. I've gotten hundreds of applications that I've filled out. I'm well qualified for. I go and people are not at the same insistence qualified for, but I still would never take anything out of anybody's mouth, and they have gotten these jobs. Would Michael and Daniel and anybody else like to explain why I don't have a job, or why every single job is looking out for a grown man who is well over 200 pounds and I'm merely probably 130 pounds. I don't need anybody to do special pampering for me. I just want my life. and it's not. It's being taken away with force. Every government entity has been put on the OIG, FBI, cyber, everything. Nothing will help. They all start, as I've stated in previous videos. Please check them out. They become sexually coerced by Michael, his minions. I'm just so disgusted. If some, please, I've already asked for permission to remix these videos because I'm being silenced, and they're being aspected as coded out with TPC injections. Send them around the world. You can't talk me, nothing can talk me into staying here. I don't respect the United States. I don't respect its government, and I need to get out of here. I'm tired of fighting. The list of names of persons that are my past family members, past persons that they've had the most licentious type of sexual liaisons with. They're literally in, some of you that are in the two fraternities, Damien and Arlen, that you're in. I'm going to go file charges on your fraternity chapter because I believe that you're using subversive enactments in order to get that across. I'm not scared of your fraternities, and I'm not scared of your brothers and sisters admitted into any of them. And Lamar University, I'm not scared about anybody that is there that is an insistence that needs to be aspected per investigations of these persons that attended this school in the year 2004. People are living inside of 1770 Westheimer, apartment 1718. They're living there right now. Westheimer and Crescent Park. They're living inside of the Edison apartments, on the second floor. I have hundreds of calls. Have you ever been? I'm not playing any sorts of games. I'm literally being enslaved, being starved to death. I've been taking up all of my money, over the last year and a half, lost every part of my aspectual living situation. I've been placed on the streets, and I'm detailing a real account and telling persons to check out any of the past lives and shorts just so you can see this glimmer. And you have people that are in cult organizations that are purporting this as grown people. I'm going to come at you, and if I know your name first and last, I'm calling the Attorney General for your child support. I'm also going to enact to insist upon gathering information because you're part of organized criminal activity, and your children can be taken out of a house that aspects and pays for your children with fraud and anything that's fraudulent inducement. Until I get out of this country, I'm going to give everybody, and that's been past roommates that have taken thousands of my dollars, and past fucking family members that cannot take care of yourself, I'm going to give you hell. I want out of this country. These people here are very much mentally unstable, and it's an embarrassment for your July 4th of what you will call the freedom of, I'm not sure what the fuck happened. It's not for yourself. It's for big business that signs some sort of freedom aspect for themselves. This country is slave driven. It's a slave melting pot. Irregardless of color, they just have slaves here. It's, as I've told you, the reason for millions of people in the United States is very much strategic. In case there's something it's to harvest organs. And a viable ploy before AI technology is able to do every single job, and everyone else is then left to fend and kill off themselves as it is, and or have food being weaponized towards themselves to kill them off after they've garnered enough possible cryogenic aspectual tanks to keep and harvest these organs for the upper classes and noble instances should and when their health does fail. Someone, if you're able, contact Switzerland, Geneva. For myself, I've done all these things. I've hit the High Commissioner of the United Nations with the request forms. An aspectual rapporteur. I will be renouncing my citizenship as soon as I get to another country. And a European out there, I understand that I am very much needing to get married. At this point, any Mexican citizen, I just don't want to be in the United States. My life has been ruined by this place. You can get a green card, you can come here, now we'll go there. That's how and I'm being very serious. I'm putting myself up as like an auction insistence to be married so that I can get out of this country. I'm being terrorized to living death. All I want to be is a functional adult. Every person that I've went to go, and I have all the videos, all these things. I can't get jobs. I can't get money. I can't eat. I've had to beg for milk and cereal out of grocery stores just so that I can eat. I have to carry all of my court papers, everything that I've tried to petition for my rights as a pro se litigant for myself, because all of my tangibles get stolen as literal aspects of privacy, tort violations, and intrusion upon seclusion aspects of where I have a right to personal right to expectation of privacy within any place that I am residing with my government issued ID, and no laws will follow. I am so tired of the slap in my face of witnessing the most criminal groups and criminal people live in power. The Republicans don't like the Democrats, but at least I could buy food when the Democrats were around. At least I was not enslaved and having to be circled around with holosonics technologies and inundated by sexual overlord and provocation and literal deviance. Iran, I would love to be there. I look at these things that I see on TV and people think that they think that it's a blessing to be in the United States. I don't know if you guys are continuing to relegate to Hollywood or something. And I've seen many, there are slaves everywhere. Let me say that word again. It's slaves everywhere. China and other places that BRICS, whatever y'all are coming up with, can you guys please offer a liaison bridge? Look at my eyes. They're disoriented. My brain is literally fried from being pulsed with long-range acoustical devices used on civilians. My parent is a Marine, and I'm getting treated, and people that have never done anything but crime and their parents are living nicely, rent control aspected. People that are running embezzlement and sweatshops. There are sweatshops all around China. And some of your journalists, I would love for you to come in. There are sweatshops around here. People are working for barely any type of money, and then it's getting taken from them with force. They're thrown out of hospitals. They're being experimented on. And this is not in some underground lab. This is in plain aspectual hospitals. These are smurfing it's according to this law, it's racketeering. I'm convinced that the United States has laws that it puts up as a facade to insist upon any relegation towards some sort of lecturing experience towards the rest of the world, to have an insistence of why they are bullying the entire civilized population, let alone that they've driven everybody within the armed services absolutely crazy. Then these people come and with the department, they're taking over normal civilian jobs and raping everybody. Oh, they're breaking into persons' homes and raping them, literally by drugging them. I've been drugged several times, including concoctions of manganese and other aspects through the lateral water supply line, and different street concoctions, powder fentanyl, ketamine, all of these things, and then starved. And it's an urban holocaust, as I've described in the last video, a holocaust. Every day until I get out of here, and I've done most of my aspects. I have to try to insist upon giving all this information to some sort of foreign embassy type of anything, and we don't have that within the United States. I get that these are what happened. You can get refugee aspects here. I'm telling people I would not be coming here if I were you. Sigmund Freud stated that the United States was a big mistake. I definitely understand his logic. This is a mistake. If you have children, and you have the right to travel with passport, you need to start traveling outside of this country. People should not give precursors of what can happen to you. And I did everything regular, surviving cancer, not doing a damn thing, but trying to make sure that I could walk again. The enemy is not Iran. The enemy is not China. The enemy is not Mexico. It's the people, and I don't want to say our people. I don't want to. I will renounce my citizenship once I'm married to one of you great people from another country. I will never forgive what has happened to me. I will never respect any of you who've garnered. You've had to sleep on a sidewalk, and then you got a house. You got this, and then it's rigged, and it's up with invasive visual spyware, with invasive audio, and you're literally being driven crazy with electronics. Like, you've bought into slavery, and that's not respectable. Happy 4th of July. This is a joke. Hey, I would love to